Well, you know, a lot of people talk about God hardening Pharaoh's heart. The interesting thing to me is there was a request made, wasn't there? And this is God. God could just have gone in and blasted his way in and forced all the children of Israel right out of Egypt. And you know, if God's sovereign, God's in control, God can do anything he wants, right? Well, why didn't he do that? Why didn't he just like blow a hole and like, okay, we're leaving, and set up the pillars of fire and the clouds, and they're gone. What happened to them? Transport them right out into the middle of the desert. Why didn't he do that? He's all powerful. Could have. There was a request, wasn't there? Choices are important. Freedom's important. God asked Pharaoh through Moses, hey, I want my people to be able to worship me. They're my people after all. I want them to be free. They've been here for a while. I want them to come out in the desert and worship me. And Pharaoh said no, didn't he? Now, could he have said yes? Think about that. He could have. And could have God have just transported them, translated them, poof, they're gone. That could have happened too. And yet, God gets the blame for, quote unquote, hardening Pharaoh's heart, when it says many times that Pharaoh hardened his own heart. And actually, I think a better word, and it does have this in some translations, you should check this out, and it says strengthened instead of hardened. And so think of it that way. God strengthened Pharaoh's heart. So what does that mean? Pharaoh hardened his heart, or his heart was intent to keep the children of Israel. And yet, because of all of the plagues and all of the things happening, what happened? Pharaoh maybe became afraid, or maybe, all right, well, I'll give in for this moment. And then he'd always change his mind. And so what happened? God saw Pharaoh's heart, saw what he really wanted to do, and God gave him the courage to do it. He strengthened his heart. It wasn't that because Pharaoh didn't really want to do that. No, he really wanted to do it. God just strengthened his heart so he'd do what was actually in his heart to do. And he did do that. And by carrying out what he wanted to do in his heart, Pharaoh, brought the destruction of his entire army in the middle of the Red Sea. He didn't have to chase after the Israelites. He could have let them go in the very beginning. But he didn't want to. So I don't think it was God controlling Pharaoh's heart. I think Pharaoh continued to choose against God. And in doing so, opened up many devastating doors on himself and his own country.